Eggs burnt on batter. You can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Fire flambe or perfectly sear filet, just like the pros. Plus, it's PFOA-free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone Pan for just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. You get it all. An incredible value.
To order, call 1-800-898-6703. That's 1-800-898-6703 or order online at buygranitestone.com.
Community is a crucial part of how and why we do business. Of course, we sell and provide service, but we also strive to be a good neighbor by getting involved and giving back. Thank you for allowing us to reach great milestones in the community we call home.
Up North at 4 with Nate and Jeff starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Myhock, and welcome to Up North at 4. Today on the program, David Tank stops by. He's put together a collection of photos and postcards that showcase the history of the Northwoods. Plus, Jeff and I talk about a survey that has left us extremely confused, and also put together a Christmas dinner that will get everyone talking, but not in a good way. We'll get to all that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. We may never know why the chicken crossed the road, and for that matter, we may never know why this horse crossed the lake, or at least tried to. A full-grown Mustang escaped from its home near Grantsburg, Wisconsin, and wandered 6 miles towards Big Wood Lake. And while standing on the ice, the 1,200-pound crashed through, alerting locals and sending a few Good Samaritans scrambling. With only 4 inches of ice, rescuers had to rely on ropes, nylon straps, and good old-fashioned elbow grease. Thankfully, the crew managed to free the horse from its freezing bath and got him to safety. And afterwards, they decided to give him a new name, Jack, inspired by the iconic character in Titanic. The deer stand. When I say those words, what comes to mind? Those cold mornings alone, waiting for that trophy buck to come scampering in front while your breath billows in front of you. Regardless of what you envision, I'm guessing you don't associate your deer stand with warm flatbreads, unless, of course, you're a member of the Englund family. The Fergus Falls clan has gathered 800 pounds of potatoes to make lefse. But in order to offload their Norwegian dish, they needed to commandeer their unused stand. The deer stand acts as a drive-through for folks hoping to curb their lefse cravings, and family matriarch Kim says it's been a great opportunity for her kids to learn how to perfect the seasonal treat. You know, we've all made mistakes in our lives, most of them small, leaving a light on, forgetting your phone at home, the simple things. But British Airways made a massive mistake recently, one that was literally the width of an ocean and the entire continent of Africa. The Miller family was making the move from London to Nashville, Tennessee. However, when they landed in the country music capital, they were missing a member of their family. 5-year-old rescue pup Bluebell was not on the flight. And after an hour of chaos, the family and the airline managed to track her down. She was in her crate in Saudi Arabia, a distance of over 7,000 miles. It would take 3 more flights and 63 hours before Bluebell was reunited with her family. And while a lot of questions remain, like how that even happened, the Millers are just thankful that Bluebell is safe at last. And now I sort of understand why Jeff Weller doesn't bring Theo along on his road trips. With that said, air travel sometimes feels like you're rolling the dice. You have to hope your flight doesn't get canceled. You have to pray that your luggage arrives, and then you cross your fingers that you don't have to sit next to the talker on the plane. It's all a gamble, and sometimes you don't win, but other times you can gamble and come out like Raymond Roberts. The Massachusetts man won not 1 or 2 or even 3 jackpots. Instead, he won 6 lottery jackpot jackpots all at once. Robert says he brought 6 tickets, all with the same numbers. The jackpot that he won was for $25,000 a year for life. You multiply that by 6, and you've got a haul of $150 grand per year. So what does the Fall River Man plan on doing with his winnings? Well, buy a motorcycle, of course. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joining us now. Not a decent haul there for our friend, wouldn't you say?
Here we go. All right, so let's start here. This is the temperature results from November. November came back as the 9th warmest November on record globally. That's land and ocean temperatures. So on this map, red's above average, blue is below. A lot of red during November. And I know it's cold out there now, but for late next week after Christmas, we're going to flip this pattern over and bring above average temperatures in here and pretty much across the Great Lakes and Midwest. So temperatures out there now hanging out in the single digits are not going to stay that way forever. It's 4 in Rhinelander currently with a west wind around 12, making it feel like 12 below with that dew point very dry air at 3 below. All right, Wausau, you're at 5. Congratulations. A west-southwest breeze at 9 and that feel like temperature also at 9 below. Around the Horn, nobody's warm. It's 6 in Antigo, 5 in Wausau, 8 in Point, 4 in Arborvitae. It's 2 in Manchwich Waters. We're going to have low temperatures tonight down near 15 degrees below 0 with feel like temperatures approaching 25 degrees below 0 tonight. Yeah, a cold night ahead. And our snowpack, which kind of propagates the cold temperatures, right? We're at a foot now in Rhinelander, 13 for Wausau, 26 for Duluth. We could add a lot more snow to that beginning again tomorrow night and then on Thursday into Friday as well, as we have a pretty large system now gaining strength across the Midwest, making a beeline for southern parts of Lake Michigan and then up into Michigan over by Lake Huron. On that path, the heaviest snow will likely fall east and south of our area, but still we're going to get some snow, the light fluffy snow, and it's also going to get incredibly windy around here. So walking you through it tonight, increasing clouds tomorrow. Here we are tomorrow evening or midday tomorrow, looking at lots of cloud cover and increasing clouds and then some snow tomorrow night in early parts of Thursday. And then the low develops on Thursday into Friday, but that low now is east of us. So the heaviest snow we thought could be in here later Thursday into Friday will likely stay mostly east of our area, but still the damage is done. We could see wind gusts near 60 miles per hour on Thursday, blowing and drifting the light fluffy snow. More on that at 5 o'clock.
Love your career? Cost Cutters will support you in achieving your career goals. With competitive wages, great benefits, and up to a $2,250 sign-on bonus. Stop in or visit costcutters.com to find your nearest location.
Cut the cord and turbocharge your next project with Bosch cordless power tools and accessories from Menards. They're designed to tackle the toughest jobs. Rip, cut, drill, and drive with Bosch power tools. Find the right drill bit or saw blade to finish your project with our in-stock selection of Bosch power tool accessories. Right now, buy any one of these Bosch power tools and receive the Core 18-volt battery and charger starter kit free instantly.
Save big money at Menards.
Looking to feed a group? Rhinelander Pub is the fresh, easy choice for nearly any occasion or event, offering full-service custom catering for parties and events of all sizes, providing personalized planning assistance and exceptional service. Partner with us to create an unforgettable event.
Enjoy the beauty of the season at Traders. Find an outfit for the party. Get inspired by our unique trees and old world Christmas ornaments.
Set the scene for entertaining and celebrate. Happy holidays!
This Christmas, rock their world with a gift from Wickersham Jewelry. They have the hottest styles in diamonds and gold. You can even surprise her with rare polar pink sapphires. Check out silver and diamond jewelry that is essential to every woman's wardrobe. Take advantage of interest-free financing programs. And don't forget the men in your life with stocking stuffers starting at only $59. And of course, more diamonds and gold for her stocking. Visit Wickersham Jewelry, Rothschild, Marshfield, and Rhinelander.
Are you ready for something new? The Barber's Family Hairstyling will give you a look that will make you feel like a star. Find products you'll love this month at the Barber's Family Hairstyling during our buy one, get one half off sale on all Leader professional products.
Welcome on back to Up North at 4. Joining us now is David Tank. And David, I don't even know how to properly introduce you.
This is
You're
a tough
kind of
one.
a man with many hats. You're an author, photographer, historian. Am I forgetting anything
No,
here?
but they all go together.
They all do go together. And you're joining us today to talk about postcards from the past. It's then and now pictures of Wisconsin's Northwoods.
Yes.
Let's start here. What is this book all about?
Well, what it's about is I start out with postcards, old postcards, and then my goal is to reshoot the exact same scene as it is today.
Okay.
I like time travel. So I'm imagining that I'm the original photographer standing there taking the picture in like 1917, and all of a sudden I'm transported to today. I don't move an inch. What am I seeing through the shutter?
Oh.
So my goal is to be in exactly the same spot as the original photographer.
So off camera, you were mentioning how much you're enjoying retirement.
Yes.
And how you know, is it hard to find that exact spot?
Sometimes it's very hard. Sometimes it seems like it'd be really easy, and then it turns hard. I have a picture in there of the church up on North Stevens Street, and that's easy to find. I go, I know right where that is. I've gone past it a zillion times. The problem is there's a gigantic lilac tree across the street where the picture was originally taken from. Okay. So in order to line it up, I'm literally crawling under this lilac bush, which wouldn't have been...
Okay, is this the one where...
no, not that one. No, different one.
So you're not getting out the pruning shears and taking out the lilac bush. You're finding the spot.
Except there was a robin in the lilac bush that was very unhappy with me being in there. And I'm right at the time when the thing is probably nesting.
Got it.
And I was getting scolded like crazy.
This thing's sitting there looking at you like, can I help you?
Yeah,
What are you doing here?
Just get out of here.
You know, kind of thumbing through this book here, there's a lot of these where, all right, the courthouse, for example, in Rhinelander, historical landmark, everybody knows what it is.
Lots of postcards.
Lots of postcards. And I'm not going to say it's easy per se, but some of them, you're looking right down Davenport or Brown Street, whatever it is. You can kind of just line it up, find it, go. And then there's other ones I've noticed in here where the buildings don't even exist any longer. They've been torn down or moved or what have you. What's the process like trying to figure out how to line up that shot when it doesn't even exist anymore?
Well, sometimes pieces of it will exist.
Okay.
So there's a few cards in there where you can see in the very background the tip of the courthouse, or maybe through some trees, this dome of the courthouse. That helps me line things up. Or if I can even find one or two buildings that match, that'll work, because then, you know, I can line it up. I literally go in Photoshop and draw lines around my original postcard to see what angles and things am I looking at, and then I'm trying to duplicate that real precisely. And sometimes it takes going back 2 or 3 times to reshoot it because, nope, I was 3 feet too far to the left. Or a lot of pictures are taken from the middle of the street.
Okay, yeah.
Those old photographers had to be very brave because I'm getting out there right now and standing in the middle of the street, and I'm literally dodging the traffic, and people are not very happy with me.
People are honking at you.
What's he doing? All right, I think this is genius because I think naturally people are curious to see how things change over time, right?
I certainly am.
And, you know, I am too. Like, I go back to the forest. I grew up next to the woods where all my tree forts were and how everything's kind of changed, right?
Yep.
And now to see this, and not just for a couple locations, this is for dozens of locations across Northwood. So you've been busy collecting pictures and finding postcards.
I did.
What scenes do you gravitate towards?
Oh, boy, that's a tough question because, well, I'm stuck with something. I'm stuck with, did someone make a postcard originally of this scene? There's a lot of things I'd love to take a picture of, but if somebody didn't take a postcard of it before, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So what I'm gravitating toward is really finding postcards that look interesting from the past and then going out and trying to duplicate it.
We love it. We love this.
Seriously. And I got a few more questions I want to ask you, David, but we're going to run out of time here. We're going to take a quick break on Up North at 4. Don't go anywhere. David's sticking around with us. We'll be right back.
Let's go Christmas shopping at Mel's. Find trusted outdoor brands for this season's activities. Get outside and spend time doing the sports you love. Cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, or ice fishing. Or enjoy casual sport clothing for all occasions. Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark.
You didn't live this strong, this long, to get put on the shelf like a porcelain doll. But 1 out of 2 women over 50 will suffer a fracture from osteoporosis. You should know you can build new bone with Evenity for postmenopausal women with osteoporosis at high risk for fracture. Ask your doctor if you can do more than just slowing down bone loss with Evenity. Want stronger bones? Then build new bone. Evenity can help in just 12 months. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 73%.
Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions and low blood calcium have occurred. Tell your doctor about jawbone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity, or about pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred.
Don't let a break put you on a shelf. Talk to your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
This Christmas, rock their world with a gift from Wickersham Jewelry. They have the hottest styles in diamonds and gold. You can even surprise her with rare polar pink sapphires. Check out silver and diamond jewelry that is essential to every woman's wardrobe. Take advantage of interest-free financing programs. And don't forget the men in your life with stocking stuffers starting at only $59. And of course, more diamonds and gold for her stocking. Visit Wickersham Jewelry, Rothschild, Marshfield, and Rhinelander.
Let's go Christmas shopping at Mel's. Find trusted outdoor brands for this season's activities. Get outside and spend time doing the sports you love. Cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, or ice fishing. Or enjoy casual sport clothing for all occasions. Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark.
Welcome on back to Up North at 4. We're joined by David Tank, who, as I said before, you're a local author, historian, photographer. You're a man of many hats, right?
Well, thank you.
And so we were chatting about your newest book, Postcards from the Past, sort of chronicling a lot of old postcards that represent very significant landmarks and buildings in the Northwoods. And this one really stood out to me when I was kind of thumbing through before. I don't know if we can get a shot of this here. So Nicolet College, it's kind of weird to look. I feel like it hasn't changed a whole lot.
No,
in the past. I think this is
it's still got to be one of the most beautiful campuses around.
It is. It is gorgeous. And this, I think, it says 1975. This is from 2022. You could have fooled me.
Yeah, you could have fooled me too.
Which
Look
is
at that.
Incredible.
Except for the clouds, it's the same picture.
Yeah, I know. You could have told me it's the same
And
one.
the light pole has changed.
I know.
But there's
I love it
several
so
of these,
much.
and that's kind of the fun of this. You can look at the pictures and see what has changed in there, right? And it could be little things like a light post, right? Or it could be the whole block or the street could have been redesigned.
Well, one thing that's helpful when lining up the shots are fire hydrants, because they don't move much.
Right.
So when I'm lining something up, for instance, there's one in there which was the refrigerator factory, and it's now apartments. Trying to figure out the lineup, on the corner, the fire hydrant is still in the same place.
Makes it so much
they
easier,
don't move those too often.
Yeah, right. That's a big endeavor, I assume.
So things like that are really helpful.
Yeah.
All right, so this is your 4th or 5th project, I believe, correct?
This is the 4th book I've done from Postcards of the Past. The first ones was Menominee and Dunn County, then Eau Claire, and then Chippewa Falls. And then a year ago, I moved up here permanently. So I spent pretty much the whole warm season here taking pictures.
Great place to retire. So,
yes.
Nate and I are curious, what's your next project look like?
Well, the next project that I'm actually working on right now is my 4th children's mystery novel.
Oh, of course.
Which interestingly, they time travel.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still getting the history and things into my writing.
Yeah, there's probably lots of people out there now wondering, is there a way to get this book, right, for Christmas gifts this year?
I can't guarantee Christmas, but you can get it at postcardsfromthepast.net.
Okay.
You can order it online, and we'll just get the orders as fast as we possibly can.
Absolutely. And seriously, I mean, I'm not like lying to you or anything. When I got the copy of this book, you dropped it off here a week ago. I was thumbing through it, and I think I spent like close to an hour just not actually getting any work done. Sorry to say, Jeff.
It was prepped for this.
It was exactly. That is, I will say I was doing work, Jeff, all right? It is seriously, though, so fascinating to just look back. Like you said, you really do feel like you're time traveling.
Takes you back in time.
It is so, so interesting. And I think, David, the last question I do want to ask you, what really stood out during your research, during your time with this, that is really going to stick with you throughout the future from this project, Northwoods History?
Probably that there's a lot more trees today than there were back then.
Okay, that's good.
That's surprising. That is surprising.
That's great news.
Good news to hear.
Right.
So more trees. I never would have thought that.
Okay, well, we love this book. We can't wait to see what you do next.
Yes.
Please come back on the show again when you come back and have this next book, mystery book written.
Yeah.
Okay.
Children's book, right? You were saying?
Middle grade.
So we could read it.
We could.
We'll be fine.
Actually, I think you'd enjoy it.
Okay, good.
All right, good to know. So, David, we might have to get you on the show whenever that project is finished. So please keep in touch. In the meantime, though, seriously, go check out this book. It is fascinating. We're going to take a break, though, and Up North at 4. We'll be back on news.
Thank you.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
I started getting numbness in my leg, and it got to be more and more and more all the time. I've had it for a number of years, but it just is getting worse and worse. We've never had laser therapy before, but I did feel relief. It really did wonders for me, I feel. And when I walked out of here, you felt a little bit different, so I was pleased with it.
Integrated Pain Solutions uses high-intensity laser therapy to get to the source of your chronic pain.
Call 844-200-PAIN to schedule your no-cost consultation.
Ho, ho, ho! What do you want for Christmas?
Santa, this beaver dam tip-up is very cool.
Whether it's high-end art exhibitions, concerts, or special events, ArtStart is an engaged and active organization, strengthening our community through arts education and cultural engagement. Learn more at artstartrhinelander.org.
Celebrate the season with Jeopardy! Little-known holiday facts. On the first day of Hanukkah in 1979, this president lit the first national menorah. Who is Jimmy Carter? Did you get it? Let's try another one. Each year, Nova Scotia celebrates its friendship with this city by giving it a giant Christmas tree. What is Boston? We wish you a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you this week on Jeopardy!
Jeopardy! Weekdays at 4:30 on NBC 12.
Kind of close.
Oh, man. All right, welcome back to Up North at 4. Hey, it's Christmas week, officially.
First off, David was so cool.
Seriously, I could have done the whole show.
The whole show.
Not even joking whatsoever. I love that kind of stuff. It's just right up my alley. But anyway, Christmas week is here. I know it's kind of tough to start getting in the holiday spirit when we're busy at work. You got a lot of snow coming this way. But, you got to enjoy the holidays.
Where are you going with this?
Well, this is interesting. Holidays are coming up. You got to have big meals with your families, right?
Quality time.
A survey, though, was recently conducted, and apparently the most popular Christmas dish in the state of Wisconsin, you want to take a guess what it is?
I would say sweet potatoes. And, the marshmallows on top of sweet potatoes.
It's a good guess, but it's duck.
What?
Exactly. Yeah, I had the same thought. Here's the thing. I like duck. Duck is good, but duck at Christmas
doesn't even enter my mind as like that.
I'm thinking ham, turkey.
Sometimes like herring or salmon,
brisket,
stuff.
if you want to get out there. But duck is a weird one.
Where'd duck come from? Who'd they survey?
That was my question as well. But here's the thing, though, Jeff. I was thinking, if I went to a Christmas dinner and they were serving up duck, I mean, like I said, I like duck, but I'm definitely doing a double take. Like we're having. It's a duck? What's going on here? There are other dishes to have, worse dishes to have, and I was kind of doing a little Googling today to find out some interesting Christmas concoctions that are served around the globe. Some that are, while popular in their respective countries, would definitely make you look twice if I served it up. So I'm going to kind of plate you a nice plate, an eclectic plate here for a Christmas dinner. And you have to tell me if this is going to be a little too weird for you or not. So the first one I got for you, we got to have a protein, right? The main meal. Normally you're doing ham, you're doing turkey, but what if I served you some stuffed moose hearts? This is 100% a thing. Take a guess on where this is big. Stuffed
Montana.
Canada, which is close enough. Close enough. It is exactly what you think it is.
Stuffed moose heart
with stuffing, you know.
That's up there with duck.
Would you eat stuffed moose heart?
I would try it. I would try it. I would try it.
I think I would too. I feel like there's worse things.
But it's probably not like what I would go toward for the full dinner. That'd be the ham and the turkey, and
Okay, fair enough. All right, so we're off to a weird
so we got
start.
the moose heart.
So this next one I got here, we got to think carbs. I'm a big mashed potato guy at Christmas. You were mentioning sweet potatoes with a marshmallow on top. What if we tried to serve up some, I might get this pronunciation wrong, but I believe it's called stamp pot. It's big in the Netherlands, which it is a potato, so we're thinking carbs here, but they mix it with kale and other vegetables. I love potatoes. They're not the most flavorful.
No, I would stick with the like the russet potatoes and cheese and you know.
Have you had kale?
Nutmeg and of course.
Kale's very bitter.
Yeah.
I just feel like you're mixing a bitter vegetable.
Bitter.
With,
Kale's not bitter. It's like a peppery flavor. It's good.
I don't know if I would say that.
No, it's good.
Stamp pot, they mix kale and potatoes, which is it's interesting.
Where's this from?
The Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
We could try it though.
Stamp pot. How do you say stamp pot?
I think
is
it's
it like a slang to it? Like
I have no idea. I'm sure there's somebody who will correct me. All right, and then Jeff, for veggies, I found instead of your green bean casserole, whatever you might have, what if we did seaweed salad from Japan?
Oh, I would love this. This would be great.
So?
Yeah, great.
You would do this? I don't know about this.
Wait, where's dessert?
Oh, we're getting to dessert.
Oh.
So here's the thing. Growing up, everyone said fruitcake, disgusting. Nobody eats it. I've actually never had fruitcake, so why not serve up some fruitcake for our Christmas dessert?
No. Look how awful that looks.
It doesn't look good.
Awful.
Have you had it? I've never had it.
Yes, I've had fruitcake. It's like gelatin and hardened with candy. It's bad.
It's bad? All right, so this is a no from you. I think I can make it up to you, though.
Okay.
Last thing I got here is the drink. Instead of eggnog, we're doing Flaming Punch from Germany.
Yes.
Back on track.
Yeah, it's like Flaming Dr. Pepper. So good.
Sure, yeah, we can call it that. All right, Jeff, I think we got something going
We got
here.
this.
We might have to sample
We could
some of
eat
this.
well at this Thanksgiving
I think so.
holiday.
All right, Jeff, we got to take a break, though. We're going to be right back on Up North at 4. Stick with us.
This December, play at the Mole Casino and Lodge during the 23 days of Christmas. Redeem 25 same-day points at one of our kiosks and pick a gift from the Mole Christmas tree. Only at the Mole Casino and Lodge.
Excuse me, are you getting that?
No.
This New Year's Eve will be the party of the year. Dancing, singing till our voices are gone, staying out all night.
Ain't that what you do every night?
That's what you do every night, Miss Dolly. Join us December 31st live on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Hi, I'm Dr. Justin Scher, DC with the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau. Are you one of the millions of people suffering with the symptoms of peripheral neuropathy? Your symptoms may include numbness and tingling in your feet or hands, difficulty sleeping from leg or foot discomfort, and debilitating balance problems. I have good news for you. You can now get relief with our breakthrough treatment method without the use of drugs or surgery. Our treatments help to heal damaged nerves that cause peripheral neuropathy. If left untreated, you may eventually end up with a walker or wheelchair. So don't delay. Call our office now to schedule an appointment to see if our treatment methods are right for you. We will do a painless neuropathy severity exam to determine the amount of nerve loss. If you qualify for our treatment, it can truly change your life. Start living your life pain-free. Call today.
Get your Newswatch 12 Trail Report every week on Newswatch 12 at 10, Thursday and Friday nights. And Newswatch 12 Today, Friday mornings. The Newswatch 12 Trail Report is brought to you by these Northern Wisconsin and UP Ski-Doo dealers.
Our local shelters have lots of furry friends in need of loving homes. Watch News Watch 12 today, every Friday morning, to see a new cuddly cat or dog ready for you to adopt. Homeward Bound on News Watch 12 today is sponsored by Paws and Claws.
Celebrate and play at the Mole Lake Casino and Lodge. Win cash during New Year's Eve drawings December 30th and 31st. Redeem 25 same-day points per entry. Entertainment each evening starting at 8 p.m. Only at the Mole Lake Casino and Lodge.
This holiday season, give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Authentic artwork communicates in a timeless and universal language. Art transcends trends, evokes emotions, and adds color and life to any home. Give an original painting by internationally exhibited artist Christine Alfari. The work of art you choose tells a story about you and the person you've chosen it for. Take advantage of the